行くぞ。
Monkey D Kong, the legendary marine King Kong, by legendary anime. Hi everyone, Flying Panda. Kong, the marine who was first shown in One Piece chapter 0, who at the time was the Marine Fleet Admiral. His name is only known as Kong. We're yet to learn his full identity of this powerful marine. I once read a theory stating that Kong was the father of Monkey D Garp and thus his name is Monkey D Kong. But how true is this? Given that we only know one of his names, leave it wide open for such ideas to exist. That is to say, he could very well be of the Monkey D family tree. However, we have different views on what sort of relationship Kong could have to Garp, but we'll get to that in a bit. Moving on to Kong himself. He was once the Fleet Admiral of the Marines, who then went on to becoming the World Government Commander-in-Chief. His position is the highest one can reach. According to the World Government hierarchy, his authority is second only to the Gorosei. Now, as World Government Commander-in-Chief, he works for the World Government and possesses not only powers of the Marines but also authority over the governments, agents, the Shishibukai, endless lobbies, and the cyber pools. This man is a legend in his own right to have climbed to such a position of power. Yet, we haven't seen him in action. What sort of power have got this man to the highest heights of the Marines and the government? Based on the appearance, being a well-built man, extremely muscular, would be no surprise that he's very strong. He would naturally have some form of haki, most likely armor of haki, given his appearance. But is he just a stronger version of Garp? We know that to take the Admiral position, you don't necessarily have to have a Devil Fruit power, as proven with the position being offered to Monkey D Garp, who doesn't possess a Devil Fruit. However, two Fleet Admirals that we know of have Devil Fruit powers and both are seriously strong. This makes me believe that Kong, like his predecessors, too had a Devil Fruit power. It's a given fact that Marines of high ranking have unique and powerful Devil Fruits, so it should be the same for the head of the Marines. We believe the biggest clue is in Kong's name. His name is more than likely inspired by the legendary gorilla King Kong himself. This would mean that Kong had the Gorilla Fruit model Great Ape. This unique Zone Devil Fruit would likely come under the mythical or ancient zone type. I say ancient given the stories of King Kong centered around his home island, Skull Island, which is inhabited by many ancient creatures such as the mighty T-Rex. We can also connect this idea to the fact that Oda is a huge fan of Dragon Ball Z and has used many inspired influences from the manga and anime. We can speculate that the Great Ape form would closely be similar to that of the Great Ape transformation or Zoro of the Saiyans in Dragon Ball Z. He may not have the power to shoot beams from his mouth like Dragon Ball Z versions, but he would grow into a giant-sized ape with overwhelming strength, thus giving him the form of King Kong. If we take a look at Kong's successor being Sengoku, we already have one connection. Sengoku is named after the Sengoku period from Japanese history, but the name itself may hold closer ties with Goku of Dragon Ball Z, who was inspired after the legend of Sun Wukong. Sun Wukong is known as the Monkey God, a being of great strength and powers. Within the name Wukong, we have Kong. So why wouldn't we go as far as to say Kong has a Devil Fruit power close to that of Sun Wukong? We believe this title power is more closely related to Luffy, and just as the popular One World HD theory suggests that Luffy will work in this form later on in the story. We have other ideas for this, but we say that for later. Now in the 5th One Piece movie, there's a marine character who goes by the name Bukong. Given that this character isn't canon to the story, so we can't overlook the name. It has never been mentioned that this character has any relationship to the former Fleet Admiral Kong, but they do share the name. Then there is the name Boo. Could this yet be another Dragon Ball Z connections? Due to this being a non-canon character, we won't try to place a relationship between the two like they're brothers or cousins. We just leave it at them sharing names only. So could Kong be Monkey D Kong? As previously mentioned, it is possible, however I just don't see this being a father and son relationship. You can tell that Kong is older than Garp from the first appearance in Chapter 0, but I have a strong feeling this is more of an elder brother vibe. Garp turned down the position of Admiral as it would mean more work and less freedom to do what he wants to do, but if Kong does turn out to be his elder brother, he may have a different reason for turning down the position. From what we know about Kong, he is a great man of great pride and believes in justice. The same can be said for Garp, although Garp has a much more carefree lifestyle. Something that I'm going to throw out there, another idea that we have on Kong's relationship to Garp. That they may not be blood related, but that isn't to say they're not related. If it does turn out that Kong is around the age of being Garp's father, then I'd like to consider the idea that Kong is in fact the father to Garp's former wife. What leads me to believe this is Kong's appearance. He's described as a broad-chested, tan-skinned, shouldered elderly man. He has his whitened hair and beard arranged in an array of spikes. Some fuzz on both sides of his face, which is very similar to a lizard's spine. If we take a look at Monkey D Dragon, he looks remarkably nothing like his father Garp, yet he, the dragon, is quite tan-skinned himself. This leads me to believe that Kong could be the grandfather of Monkey D Dragon on his mother's side. Then there is this reference to lizards-like spines features with his hair. This hairstyle reminds me of Godzilla. Spike-like spine, and Godzilla is this Japanese creature is very similar to a dragon. If we take into account the idea of Kong being named after King Kong and having gorilla devil fruit, then we can place there being a connection to Godzilla. As one of the most famous films of the 60s was King Kong vs Godzilla. Godzilla was described as a cross being a gorilla and a whale, alluring to its size and power and aquatic origins. We could now possibly know Kong's old rival, and it could be in the form of Godzilla. But who could that be? The strongest ape versus the strongest dragon, Kong versus Kaido. But stay tuned for next time for Flying Panda TV. What do you think of this video? It was written by legendary Anime, so please subscribe to him. This January the 20th, 2018 will be my first live stream. I'm calling it The Revolutionaries. Who join me on the stream will be legendary Anime, Boris Anime, Beck Theories, Marco One Piece Theories, Trevor Tiger, Briggs, Too Spooky, Ronald Sam, and James Hansen. So do check out this live stream on the 20th of January, this Saturday. It will be at 9 PM GMT. The Revolutionaries. We'll be talking about One Piece theories, discussions, and have debates. Hope to see you guys all there. Anyways, thanks for watching the video. Please click like, and if you haven't, please subscribe to Flying Panda.